Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. So today we are going to make a Python project, right? So in that project, just let me give you an idea that basically what is the project all about, right? Before writing the code, let me just give you an idea and an overview that basically what we are gonna make today, right? Okay, so in that project, we all have seen Notepad, right? Basically, Notepad is one of the features in the Windows itself, right? When we just take the Windows, either it is Windows 7 or 10 or whatever. So we just get one Notepad. That is a tool in which you basically write a text. Okay, in that basically the files are saved in the text format, and whatever we just want to add onto that Notepad, we just do that thing. So just let me quickly open the Notepad in this one. Okay. Yeah, it is somewhat like this. Yeah, this is one of our notepads and it looks like it, right? Now today we are going to make a GUI. Okay, that is GUI basically stands for graphical user interface using the tkinter library, which would actually look like a notepad. But this notepad is consisting of many features. Let's say the feature is filed in edit, format, view here. But are that GUI will not contain these much of features. I will let you know that how to add the features. So after that you can just add that features on your own. I would be telling you that if you are having a one text file, okay, so how you can just open that text file into your GUI which you are using the tkinter library which you are gonna make today. Okay, you can open any of the text files whichever you want. Okay, and the second option would be you can just write onto that this notepad thing like which we are just gonna make today, and basically you can just save it in a text format. Okay, you can just save it in a text format, whatever the things you are gonna write. And if you just forgot to put the extension, then automatically it will save your writings in the basically in your text format, right? So basically today we are just gonna make something like that will just overcome notepad, right? You can just make your own app something like this and you can just use that instead of using those notepads. So we do not need the Windows apps also for us, right? We are gonna make the apps on our own and we will be working on that itself. Okay, we will not use any other app for doing the things, right? Okay, so this should be the whole idea about this project which we are gonna make today. So without wasting time, let's get started with the things for today, right? So firstly, what I am gonna do is that firstly I would just import the libraries whatever are needed. As I just told that it is a GUI, graphical user interface, so we will be needing a tkinter in this. Okay, so firstly my library would be tkinter which I would be importing. So here I would just write as import tkinter as, and I would just give it a short form as tk, let's say. Okay, so I wrote import tkinter as tk. Fine. Yeah, just one more thing that basically just write the and make the code with me itself, because it would be very beneficial for you, right? You can just add this GUI app into your CVs, into your resume as an advanced project. Yeah, this is an advanced project, it's not a basic one. Okay, so it's just make the project with me and just strengthen your CVs, add them in your CVs and all that things. Fine. So just don't sit idle and watch that what I am writing and what is gonna come as the output. No, just make it with me and then see that what's your output that is coming. And yeah, you'll be really happy to get that final output whichever you will be getting after making this project. Fine. So firstly type the library which I have imported is tkinter. So I wrote import tkinter as tk. So tk is a short form which I have given to my tkinter library. Next I'm just going to import some more things from the tkinter which I would be using. So here I would import from tkinter dot file dialog. Okay, file dialog. From tkinter dot file dialog, I would write here as okay, where is my I? Okay. So it's import. Now here I'm just gonna import two more modules from this tkinter library. Okay, so that our first one is ask open file name and second one is ask save file name. Okay, so first one is ask open file name. Okay, first one is this ask open file name. I would put a comma here and here I would just write ask save as file name. So ask save as file name. Okay, so ask save as file name and ask open file name. So these two are the modules which I have just imported from a tkinter.fileDialog library. Fine, because I would be using this. So as I just mentioned that you can open any file in this GUI which we are making and you can even just save any file. So for both of that things, firstly we will be needing the ask open file name. We need to just open any file. So for that we have imported this module, And secondly, if you just want to save it, so for saving we just imported ask save as file name, right? Now I'm just gonna make some functions. So the first function which I am going to make is open underscore file. Okay, if you just want to open a file, so for that I'm just gonna make one function here. Okay, if you just want to, even you can just edit any file also in your GUI which you're gonna make today. Okay, you can edit any of the files also, right? So firstly here what I would just give file path. Okay, so it's PATH, fine, file path is equal to, and here I would just use my library module which I have just imported, that is ask open file name. Okay, I would put the bracket and I would just go down. Here I would just write file types, that what kind of like what type of files you can open, right? So I would just write file. I will put equal to sign, and here I would just declare a list. Okay, now why I have just taken a list, this answer you all must be knowing if you're just following me from the very starting of my videos, right? If you're just not doing that thing, then you will just be having a little bit of confusion, that basically why I just taken a list and then this thing also here, right? So for getting all of your answers, you just want to get the things very clearly, then you can just go and watch my playlist for beginners of Python in English, and even they are being uploaded in Hindi also. Okay, so you can just watch English or Hindi, whatever language is suitable for you, for this thing, that how basic a list, tuple and dictionaries work. So after watching that, you will just get a fair idea that why I'm just using it here. Fine. Now here I would just write text T capital. Okay, text files. Excuse me. So text files, and I would just put a comma here, and after that I would just put this, and even here I would just add my extension. Okay, and my extension is, I would just put a star. Okay, a star and dot txt. Dot txt is the extension, right? Txt is the extension basically which we put for the text files, right? So I just wrote that text files comma star dot txt. And second thing what I'm just gonna put here is that, just let me come down and here. Fine. Now second thing is that we always have an option for all files, right? We have option for all files. So I'm just gonna add that thing also, okay? I'll put a comma here, and here I would just put the semi-quotes, and here I would just put one star is my star. One more star, and here in the middle I would put one dot. Fine. And I would just go down. Fine. So this is basically, I just declared the file type, that basically what type of files I can just use here. Okay. Now I am gonna put some conditions here. Okay. If not, file path. Now if the file which I am just trying to open does not belong to any of these file path, because here we have written two, right? If it does not belong to any of the file path, then what do? Then simply return. Okay, only write here as return. Simply return that. Fine. Now, if this condition, basically if the file type is not of that type, then it will go to the if condition. If it is not, then it will just go down. Now here what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to add the edit function, that you can just edit your, you can just open any file in this basically GUI, and you can just edit that thing. Okay. So here firstly I'm just going to write here as, I'm just going to give it a, let's say, variable. Okay. So I just write here as text underscore edit. Okay, text underscore edit. Okay, dot. So here whatever the text is written in that, you can just delete that also. Okay, so I just wrote text underscore edit, delete. And before this I would just like to write the yeah, so dot delete, and here I would just write as 1.0 comma and then tk dot end. So basically tk dot end. Fine. Now what next I have? Here I would be opening my file. Now here comes the role of the file handling, right? We have already studied about the file handling, that basically what are the different modes in which we can open a file. That were basically read, write, binary, and read and write both, and many things we have studied, right? So from that concept only, we're just gonna take one concept for the file handling, and that is of read mode. We are going to open a file in the read mode using the with block. Okay, now what I'm just saying, so I would just repeat that thing once more, that if you haven't watched my videos previously, then go and please have a look over the video in which I have told about the file handling. The videos for file handling are available in Hindi as well as English also. So go and check out the playlist for the beginners for Python. Okay, that is Python for beginners. Okay, just go and have a look, so you will just get a fair idea that basically what we are just going to do here. And I would just give you a brief overview that basically what we are just doing here, right? For the detailed one, you can just go on that side. So now here I'm just trying to do is that firstly going to open my file. Okay, if you just want to edit a file, you need to open that, right? That's the true thing. Okay, so here I'm just writing with open. Now inside this open, I do not have a particular file, right? I do not have a particular text file which I want to open. I want to open the type which user want to open, right? The file which user want to open. So I just want to open that because we have not fixed any file name here. Whatever the text files are on your device, you can just open any of the text files using this program, using this project which we are just making, right? So here I would just give the file path. Okay, file path. So in file path, what I have just stored, I have stored these text files. Okay, so with open, यहाँ पे file, sorry, here file path, and I will just put a comma, and here I would just open it in the read mode because I want to read it, right? I want to edit it. I want to see that basically what is stored in this file. What are the text which you have written in this file? Yes, I just want to check out that thing. So in that case, basically I am just opening this file in the read mode. Okay, now here, and here I would just write as input underscore file. This is one variable which I have just made right now. Fine, colon. Now come down. Now here I would just make one variable that is text. Okay, text is equal to input underscore file dot read. Now here I am just reading my file, whatever the file name, whatever the file path here I have given, I am just reading that file. Okay, I am just reading that file here. So with open file path comma r as input file, text is equal to input underscore file dot read. I'm reading that file. Okay, whatever the content is written in that file, that will just appear onto my GUI whichever I'm making right now. Okay. Next, what I am just going to do, here I would just use my text edit variable which we have made. I would just wrote here insert, and in the bracket, here in the bracket, I am just going to add tk dot end comma and text. So this is my, okay, this is my text. Fine. So yeah, this one. So this text, this is my file which is being read here. Fine. So that is all about this thing. Now I'm just going to give one title to my window. Okay, as we always do, that we basically give a name to our window, that tkinter window, whichever we make, right? So we are just gonna give it a name. So for giving, we are just going to write here as window dot title. Okay, title, I'm just gonna give it as title. Here I would just use one of my f strings. Okay, now what is the title which I am gonna use here? I'm just going to give it a title as my own writing. Okay, writing, writing space, right? I'm just gonna make one title for my window, and that is my own writing space. You can just make anything of your choice, whatever you wish, but right now I'm just making it for myself, and that is for my own writing space. And here I would just pass as file path. Now basically what is this f strings? So f strings are the, like, you can just treat it in a way that whenever we just open a particular file, then it will show my own writing space, and here the file path would also be shown that, okay, this is the path for your file. Okay, now for a brief for a like detailed overview about this f strings, you can just go and have a look over the f strings tutorial in Python for beginners in the English as well as Hindi, whatever you wish. Fine. Okay, so here I just made window dot title my own writing space and a file path. Now here I just completed making my first function, and that is def open file. So here I just opened my file. Now what is my second thing which second option which I need to do here is that my second option which I need to do here is that I need to save my file, whatever I am just writing, right? So I would just write def save underscore file. This is my new function name. So it will save my file. Whatever the file I am just writing, it will help me to save that one. Now here also I'm just gonna do the same thing. So file path here, file path is equal to, now here I'm gonna use the other function, that is ask save file as name, because what we are just doing here, we are just saving the file, right? Previously we were opening that file, so I was just using another module. Now here I'm just saving my file, that is why I'm just using my another module here. Fine. Bracket. Now here I would just write first default extension. Now, as I just mentioned in the starting, that if you just forgot to mention any particular uh, extension, as this is a text file, so the extension that is the extension which we'll be using, that is txt, right? Because the extension for a text file is txt. Now if you just forgot to add that extension, now then in that case what you are just gonna do that side, right? So for that basically we are just adding a default extension. So if you just forgot to add any extension, then automatically it will take that default extension as txt. Fine. This is the idea about using this default extension. Now next what I am just gonna add, I'm just going to add that file types one more time. Okay. So it's file types and I would just copy it from here. Okay. I would just copy it from here and yeah, control C, and here I would just come yeah, here file types is equal to, and fine. So here I just completed that thing. I just, okay, 1 second. So one bracket is extra side. Okay, fine. Now come down. So here I just made my file as default extension and my file types which can be saved here, right? So bracket has been closed, right? Now if I would again put some more conditions here, some if condition as we have put on that side. Okay, so here I would just write if not file name. If not file name, okay, then simply return. Okay, do nothing, just simply return. And now here also I'm just gonna use some with block for opening my file. Okay, for writing, now I just need to write into my file, right? Previously we have opened the file because we were having a file in which you want to just do some editing. Now I just want to make a new file and then I just want to write there something and then I just want to save it. So in that case I'm just going to use some more different thing. Just let me go down. Okay, so here I would just open my file. Okay, open, and here I would just write my file path. Okay, so whatever the name you have given. Okay, and here I would just put a comma, and now I would just open it in the write mode. Okay, previously we were opening it in the read mode. Okay, now I'm just going to open it in the write mode. And here I would just write as, and here I just going to give you a new name, that is output underscore file. Okay, so this is a new variable which I have just given it right now. Okay, now here I would just make it text is equal to this one, text is equal to text underscore edit dot get, and in bracket I'm just going to write 1.0 comma tk dot and capital End, END. Fine. Now what next I'm just going to add here is that I'm just going to write output file is equal to write dot, so okay, output file dot write. Okay, output file dot write, and in bracket I am gonna add here as text. Fine. So with open file path in the write mode, I just open my file in the write mode and I just edited that. Whatever I just want to write in that, I would write. And here I would just write open underscore file dot write, and whatever text I want to write, I had just stored it in this variable. Okay, that is okay. And I would just go down here and I would just give a title to my window. Fine. So my window name would be, let's say, I would just write here as, this would be same procedure which we have followed above. So I would just write window dot title, title, in bracket if string. Here I would just write the name and I have just given the name as my own writing space. Okay, my own writing space dash, and here I am just gonna give as file path, the file path which we basically which we'll be using. Okay, that thing. Now my both the functions are made. Now the only thing which is left for making is the window, my window, TK window. Okay, window for the TK window. I would just go down here. Fine. So now here I would just write window is equal to TK dot, and this is TK bracket. Fine. Next, I would just give a particular title to my window. Okay, window dot title, and my title is, previously we have already seen, my own right. Okay, I would make blue capital, my own writing. Then I would just make this O also capital, right? Why should we lift O this as a small letter? Fine. So window cut, sorry, we had just given the title for the window. Next, what I have just here is that window dot row config. Now I'm just gonna give some configurations to the row. Okay, configure. CUNFIGURE, fine. In the bracket, I'm just gonna add 0, comma, minimum size is equal to 800. Now, what is the minimum size which we give? So you can just give it of your choice, whatever you just want. So for right now, I'm just giving it a minimum size of 800. Okay, and I'll just weight is equal to 1. Now row config is equal to 0. So basically, whenever my tick into window will start. Okay, so in that on the left hand side corner, at that place we will start writing automatically. Now if you just want to shift that, so you can, but automatically my cursor will go up to that point. So that is why I just mentioned the 0 here. I would just do the same thing for my column also. So window dot column configure. Okay, in bracket I'm just going to write as here, for column I would just write as 1, and minimum size is equal to, I would just write it as 800, and weight I would just again write as 1. Fine, that is okay. Now here I would just make that text edit which we were using previously in our functions. That variable I would just write that what you need to do is that, so tk dot text. Okay, and in bracket here I would just write as window. So whatever the text it is written in that window, you need to just edit that. Okay, moving towards the downside, here I would just add some buttons. So fr button. Now for open, for open and for save, buttons would be present, right? So in for that case we are just making some buttons option here. Okay, so here I would just write tk dot, F would be capital, tk dot frame, in bracket I would just write here as window, comma, relief, okay, relief, okay, relief is equal to tk dot raised. Okay, relief is equal to tk dot raised, and here I would just give my border as 2. Okay, my border has been given here as 2. Okay, now what next I am just left with, as I just mentioned, we are going to make some buttons for the open and save. So I'm just going to make that button here. Okay, so here I would just write button underscore open. Firstly I'm just going to make the button for opening, right? So here I would just add tk dot tk dot, okay, yeah, BU33ON. In the bracket, I'm just going to add the variable which we have made above, that is fr underscore buttons. Okay, fr underscore buttons. I would put a comma, and here I would just write text. Now, text is that whatever I just want to write in between of that button. So, in that case, I'm just going to add this text. So, I would just write here open. Okay. And now I would just put a comma, and here I would just give the command, and in the command I'm just going to pass that function name where I have just used that function for opening my file. Okay, so open underscore file was the function name, right, which we were using. Okay, so command is equal to open file. Now next I would just make the button for my save. Okay, button underscore save is equal to tk dot, and here I would just write button, and in bracket I am just going to write fr dot buttons. Okay, that's buttons, and in the text what I am going to write, in the text I would just be writing as open, right? So open file I would be writing. Okay, open file, and okay, I'm so sorry, so that is basically for saving. Okay, I would be just writing here as saving, save as. Okay, I am sorry, so save as, and I would just put some dot dots also, that would look nicer. Okay, so I will just put one comma this side, and here I would just give my command, that what command I just want to follow. So in that case I would give my function name, that is save underscore file, in which we have just done all the things for saving the file. Now here I would just go down, and here I would just use my button underscore open for a while, and here I would just give the dimension, that basically at what dimension I just want this button. Okay, so button underscore open dot grid, I would just put a bracket, and here I would just write my row should be 0, my column should be 0, and here is sticky. Okay, sticky is one more parameter in this. So sticky is equal to EW. Okay, I need to put semi-quotes, and I would just go down for a while so that you can just have a look of these things properly. And here I would just give the uh, PADX values and PADY values. Okay, so its PADX is 5, and basically the PADY value is also 5. So these are the basically values which are just like used for giving the spaces and used to maintain a proper space and proper distance. Okay, now I just made the same from a button open. I would just do the same thing for my button underscore save dot grid. Okay, grid. In the bracket, I would just write here as row is equal to 1. I would put a comma. My column, C-O-L-U, yeah, column is equal to 0. And again, the sticky would be same. So is sticky is equal to EW, and I would just give the PADX and PADY values. So PADX is equal to 5. Let us not give the value because after this save option, firstly open will come, then the save would come. So after save, we do not have any other option, right? So I'm just not going to give any PADY values, right? Now we have just come to an end for the program, and here I would just write fr underscore buttons, and I would just give a grid also. Okay, for this also I would just give a particular grid. So I would just add row is equal to 0. I would put a comma, and here I would just write column is equal to 0, and here I would just write sticky. Okay, sticky is equal to, and here it is in S, fine. And here I will just do the same thing for my txt underscore edit. So grid dot grid, and here in the bracket I'm just gonna give as row is equal to 0, comma, my column is equal to 1, and even my sticky is equal to NSEW, fine. And here at last I would just close up my window. So here I would just write window dot main loop, right? So here basically we had just completed our whole code which we have made for making a GUI as like a little bit of similar to the basically notepad, right? So here I would just save it for a while. Control plus S for saving the project which you have written here. Now go to that particular part where you have just saved your project. So I would just go it for a while in mine, and it's again user. Then it's basically Sublime projects. Yeah, here is my project saved. So I would just do shift this right click. Here an option will come for open PowerShell window. Here I just click on that thing, right? Now here I would just write the name for my project, like the file name, whatever I have just taken. Okay. Firstly, I would just write Python, and I just need to check that what name do I have given here. So that is own writing space dot py. Okay. So here I would just write own writing writing space dot py, and I would just do enter. Okay. So here it is just giving me some error that name fr is not defined. Okay, just let me quickly go to Sublime and check about that thing, that basically where we have just used that thing. Okay. Yeah, so if fr underscore buttons, I have everywhere used the buttons only. And just one more time, okay, so here it is fr dot, I just need to use fr underscore. Okay, so in that case it is fr underscore. I would just again save it, and I would just run it once again for a while. Let's check. Yeah, so basically now it is not showing me any error, and yeah, here is our window which we have just made as right now. Okay, now see, you can just write anything here, whatever you wish. I don't think so that it is too much like bigger for you to see, but if you're just viewing it on a laptop, so you can just have a proper look over that. Okay, let's say here I just write that. Okay, just let me do one thing. Just let me let me just try to just reduce this minimum size for a while, and then let's see that basically what happens. So 5, and let me save it. I would just close it, and I would just run it one more time. Okay, so that is my size for the window. Okay, that is not my size for the writing space. Okay, I just wanted to confirm you all that thing only. So whatever the size which you have taken, that is okay. Minimum size and maximum size. Okay, fine. So here, if you just write anything, if you're just viewing it on your laptop, that will be clearly visible. Otherwise, you need to use any of your. Even you have just made that thing with me only, right? So here I'm just writing my name is Shambhavi. Okay, I would write I have YouTube channel. Okay, double N E a channel named Fun with Data Science. And see, if I even if I just want to give some spaces, also that I can also do. Okay, so here I would just write, uh, do you like channel? Do you like? I would just write subscribe, and I would just write here, I share the channel. Fine. Let's say these are the text which I have just written here. Okay. Now I just want to save it. So I will just go and click on my save as button. Fine. Now basically it will show me that where you want to save. Let's say I just want to save it into my desktop only. Okay. Now here it is automatically giving me that you need to save type as text files. Okay. It is automatically giving me. So if I'm not gonna add .txt extension also after my file name, then also it is going to add that in the text file only. Okay. Let's say I'm just going to give it the name as demo. Okay. I'm not giving text.txt as the extension. Okay. Just see that thing. And now I'll just click on the save. So my file, okay, here it is giving me some error for the file. So error name, file name is not defined. If not file name, okay, just let me check out that thing. Firstly, let me go to my desktop here. Okay, I just need to check. Yeah. Okay, fine. Just one second. Just let's figure out this file name. Yeah, here so it was if not file path and if not file. Okay, here I just made mistake on line number 19. That it is not file name, it is file path. So basically the variable which you have used in that is file path. I would just again save that. Okay, I would just close it for a while and I would just go to my this side. I would just again run it for a while. Okay, now I'm not again going to write this much of long sentence. I'm just going to write one short some sentence that my name is Shambhavi, and here I would just write I basically, and here I will just write I basically do Python programming. Okay, Python programming. Fine. So let's say this is the thing which I just wrote here, and I just want to save it. I'll click on save. Yes. Now here I would just name that same one which we have just taken. So DEMO, right? And I would just do click on here and do save. Okay. So this has been saved. Now just let me quickly go to my desktop and let's check that basically where it is. So I will just click on this demo and yeah, here you can see that I just got here my file. My name is Shambhavi and I basically do Python programming, right? So that has been saved here. You can just check out that demo and then notepad. Now here you can just do editing in any of it using anything whatever you want, okay? So here it is, my name is Shambhavi, I basically do Python programming. So this is the sentence which we have written there, right? Now if I just want to edit it also, then also I can just do that. So just let me close this one for a while. Let me just again go to my this one. I would just run it for a while. Now here I would just click on open, okay? I would just click on open. And now here I would just click on this demo. And now you can just see that my file has been opened here and I can just do any editing in this. That basically I can just write here that I can just write here uh, I have a YouTube channel named Fun with Fun with Data Science. Okay, and here I would just click on now save as. So it will again give me that file. So if I just give the same file name, that is demo, and I will just click on save. So it will tell me that demo.txt already exists. Do you want to replace it? If I just go on yes. Okay, I just clicked on yes. I would just again go to my desktop back and I will go on to this demo. And now here you can just see I have a YouTube channel named Fun with Data Science. My previous file has been already edited here. Fine. So I hope you just got the idea that basically how you're just gonna make these type of GUI. Now, if you just want to add some more things here, you can just do that thing. I just told you how to add the open, how to add the save. Now, for different text, for different font size, and for many more features like bold, italic, underline, you can just add the things on your own, right? I had just given you an idea on how you can just do that. Basically not depends on you how much features you can just add into that, right? So I hope I just made this thing very clear to you, that how you can just make a GUI just similar to Notepad which you are having in your Windows, and you can just give it some more and more some wonderful features, and you can just see that basically I did not add it .txt extension. Then also it basically added my file in the text format, right? So this is the whole idea about making these types of projects, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and bye bye.